What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I want to start this off by saying I've learned my lesson. No more cart waffle page videos. I understand you guys don't like them, so they're doing bad. I don't want my channel to die, so no more cart waffle videos. I learned my lesson. With that being said, this is a race day video, and I know how much you all love race day videos, but this is not any ordinary race day video. No Liberty, no Kentucky, no Cridersville. We're going even further south. We are headed to North Carolina. That is right. We're going to make the 9-hour drive down North Carolina to do some go-kart racing. The reason being is Kirk has to go down there for work. She's got to go to Greensboro for like a month. And I thought, while you're down there, I might as well come down and visit. And if I'm going to go to North Carolina, the racing capital of the world, to visit, I might as well take a cart, try and find a track to race at. So that's exactly what I did. I have a buddy that lives down there, Connor Hardy. He actually has a YouTube channel too, and I'll put a link in the description. Go check him out. I was talking back and forth with him, trying to figure out a track, and we found one. We're going to go to B&B Raceway. I think it's about 2 hours from Greensboro, and from what I noticed, about everywhere is 2 hours from Greensboro, at least the kart track wise that we were looking at. And their schedule just happened to work out to be they're racing while she's going to be down there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get ready and go down there and do some racing while I visit Kirk. Now, she hasn't left yet. We're still a few weeks away. This video, obviously, I shoot everything beforehand. We're going to take the old Elevate there. We got to scale it and put a body on it. So I'm going to try and get as much done as I can while she's still here, while I have some help, because she's my only help. I'm going to count this as the official start of our season. So this is the first race of our 2025 season officially. So we're going to put a new body on there with a new look. I think it looks really good. Hopefully you guys like it too. So that'll be in this video, unveiling the new look. We got to get it scaled out. And I've also got to get some tires mounted. And the reason being is they don't run Burris down there. Everything around us is all Burris. Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, all Burris racing. But down there they run Reapers. So I've got 2 sets of Reapers I got to get mounted up. From everybody that I've talked to, they suck to mount. They're harder than a Vega, apparently, according to everyone else. So it's probably going to take me all day to get these things mounted up, which is a big bummer, but it's what you got to do. I know that I complain about tires a lot, not having enough and being poor, but Reapers are cheap. I got 2 sets for $280. That's $140 a set, and they're brand new, brand spanking new, never been touched. So you can't beat it. You can't get Burris that cheap. You can't get anything else that cheap. So honestly, the reason that we're able to go down there is because Reaper tires are so goddamn cheap. So that's how it is. I bought 4 sets originally when we thought we were going to go to Daytona, and I think for 4 sets I spent $430. And whenever we realized we weren't going to go to Daytona, I sold them, and I sold them for $420. So I lost $10 on the deal. I wish I wouldn't have sold those, but I had no idea that she was going to be going down there for work. So I had to get 2 more sets, which isn't too bad. I said it was $140 a set. So that's the plan. We're going to go down to B&B Raceway and do some karting. Their classes are a little weird when we were trying to figure out what to do and what to run. They don't have a medium class, but they have 3 heavy classes. 3 different clone heavies. They have an amateur, a pro, and a points. And from the way it reads or the way it sounds, if you run pro, you can only run pro and nothing else. But if you run amateur, you can run amateur and points. So that's my plan. If we're going to make the 9.5-hour drive and buy tires and mount tires and put in all this effort, I'm going to run amateur and points to try and get the most bang for my buck and run as many classes as I can. And let's be honest here, I'm no pro anyway. If I ran pro, I'd probably be like 2 laps down from everyone else. So amateur is definitely the best bet for me anyway. From what I've noticed, whenever we go further south, it seems like the competition gets tougher and tougher and tougher. So I feel like their amateur guys are still going to be insanely good, and they're still going to kick my ass. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to be running amateur and points to get my 2 classes worth. Hopefully the amateur guys are actually amateurs and I can compete. I've been talking to Connor back and forth. He's given me some info and kind of leading me in the right direction. So hopefully I'm not like super far in left field and out of the ballpark, and I can kind of run with them and keep up, and we'll see how it goes. I think anything within the top 5 is going to be a huge success for this trip, and honestly, I think maybe just being on the pace and, being able to keep up with the field also might be a bit of a win, because I remember going down to North Carolina in like 2011, 2012 at Millbridge, and it's just like, I say Kentucky's a whole different level. I think they're even another different level down there. So that is what it is. I'm going to stop talking now. I've got a lot of stuff to do. We've got, like I said, tires to mount, tires to buff, carts to scale, bodies to mount, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, race day video, B&B Kartway or Raceway or whatever in North Carolina. I hope you enjoy this video and come right along with me on this adventure down to the south. All right, that wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to kick my ass. It was just a left front, so that's probably why it was so easy, but yeah, not too bad. Only 6 more to go. All right, I gotta say I'm a little shocked. This is going really well. I've read and heard a lot of horror stories about mounting and dismounting these things, and they said they're worse than Vegas, but I'm not gonna lie, Burris kicked my ass more than these things do. So this is going surprisingly well. Hopefully it keeps going well, I guess. I thought this was gonna take me for like ever, like all day, and I've only got 3 left, so I don't know what you guys are talking about, but this is way easier than a Burris to me. All right, I spoke too soon. That one kind of kicked my ass a little bit. I jinxed myself, I guess. Oh well, 2 more to go. All right, that wasn't too terrible. I was expecting it to be way worse. Like I said there just a little bit ago, I had my ass kicked worse by Burris. So obviously next is to get them on the beads with our tire ring and then to buff them. So I've been told not to cut these. I said, don't cut them, just buff them. And I don't know the real reason, but from what I can tell is they're pretty thin already. Like from new, there's not a lot of rubber going on there. So my assumption is if you cut them, you just take off too much rubber and then there's nothing left. So I'm gonna get these buffed up once I get them on the beads here, and hopefully they turn out okay. I've never done anything with Reapers before. I've never messed with them. I've never done anything. Like I said, we bought those sets for Daytona and then we ended up not going because that's when we were in the middle of moving. So I don't really know what to expect or what I'm doing. So I might completely just fuck these all up and they're gonna be worthless, but I've been told by a few different people, that they don't require a whole lot of work. And I've seen some people posting that they're doing, you know, cut or buff Reapers for like $15 a tire. So if they're only doing 15 bucks a tire, they really can't be that much work. So I'm going to get these things popped on and then get to scuffing, and hopefully they turn out all right, because I have no idea what I'm doing, but just going off of the info I've been fed, that's all you got to do is just scuff them open. So that is what's next on the cards here. My tire ring kind of sucks. This bolt is actually broken, the one that's like supposed to be in here, so I just got like a long threaded bar with 2 nuts, and it's not the easiest to use, but whatever. I also only have a shallow socket in this size, so once it gets to a certain point, that doesn't work anymore either. So when it comes to mounting tires, we're definitely a little hillbilly pieced together, but we make it work. Bam. Mounted Reaper. So far in the process, I haven't done a single thing different from what I would do with the Burris, which is nice. Everyone who said that this would be harder, I think maybe lied. I don't know, because I mean, I've mounted Vegas before way back in the day, and those fucking sucked. Like, I basically gave up. So far, this is pretty smooth sailing, so happy with that. All right, they all mounted up really nice and easy, which was shocking considering everything I was told. So next up is buffing. As I said earlier, I was told not to cut these at all and to just buff them, so that's what I'm gonna do. Got my stuff ready to go. I don't really know how else to do it, so I'm gonna do it the same way I do a Burris. I am gonna try and take probably a little less rubber though, because as I mentioned earlier, they're pretty thin from new, and I don't want to run these things down to nothing, so I'm going to do it the same way I do a Burris, but maybe a little lighter and not as much, and just try and basically just get the sheen off of it so it's not just a super slick tire, and get some fresh rubber. They're already shaped pretty good. Like, I think if you know a Burris, they kind of have like a dip in the middle, and they're real square. So you spend a lot of time trying to shape them, but with these, it seems like they're not that bad. Let's go out here. Look at the right sides, see how they look. I did put air in these, but yeah, they're pretty squared off, but they don't have like a massive dip in the middle like what some of the Burris do. So I don't know if I need to like shape them maybe the same way as a Burris, or just kind of like go over them. I'm not really sure. So there's a very real chance that I could just mess these up right now and be totally screwed, but I guess we'll see. Give it my best shot. It's still a little early before we're gonna go, but this way they're at least done, and then before we go, I can just go over them real lightly and have fresh rubber on them and I don't have to put in as much effort and work right before we need to leave, especially with us being kind of busy here. Coming up, I've got to go to Detroit for 3 days, and then she's going to be leaving for North Carolina, which is the whole point of us going down there. But yeah, buffing time. Since I seem like I'm going pretty in-depth with this video on what I'm doing, this is going to be a two-parter. We're going to have our getting ready video and then our actual race day video. And I always like doing these two-part videos. I don't know if you guys like them, but I love doing the two-parters. So yeah, getting ready for North Carolina. Keep watching, stay tuned. See how it goes, I guess. All right, one tire done, 6 more to go. I guess it came out all right. I don't know. I didn't really do anything any different than what I always do. I can't get over how thin these are. It's just nuts how thin they are from new, but left front done, 6 more to go. Hopefully they turn out all right. Like I said, this is only like my first pass on them. I'm going to do them again whenever it comes closer to time for me to leave. That way they're nice and fresh whenever we go down there. But yeah, got a base scuff on them. I guess this is all I have to do. I don't really know. Hopefully they're okay and I didn't ruin them. So yeah, 6 more to go, and let's get to it. All right, they're all scuffed now and ready to go and looking good, or at least in my mind they look good. They might look like shit, I don't really know, but to my untrained eye these are looking pretty good. So now it's time to measure them and get the right stagger. I'm going off of some stuff I've seen and heard. We only need like an inch of stagger, inch and a quarter, something like that, not a whole lot. So I'm hoping they size out really well and it's pretty easy. With that not being a whole hell of a lot of stagger, it shouldn't be too hard to get. So I'm going to do. I'm going to get to measuring and see what they come out to. All right, so I don't know if I just got like extremely lucky or if this is like the characteristics of the Reaper, but going off of some of the notes and info and stuff that we've gotten on B&B and what we need for stagger, I am like spot on like every set. I shouldn't need to grow anything or shrink anything. Some of them are a little bigger or a little smaller, but that's actually good because it puts us in that range of what they said, so it actually gives us some adjustments. So like if I throw this set on and the cart's a little tight, I can maybe throw this set on and loosen it up, or vice versa. So I don't know if I just got lucky or if it's a characteristic of the Reapers that I don't know because I've never worked with them. But yeah, they staggered out freaking awesome. And that's just the first measure. Obviously, I'm going to do this a million more times before we go, and I'm not going to record that so you don't have to look at it and watch it a bajillion times. But as of right now, we are sitting really good somehow, and I am pumped with that because that makes life a whole lot easier. So next up should be body mounting and then scaling. And I think I mentioned it earlier, we're going to put a new body on it and a new look because this is the official start of our 2025 season. So stay tuned for that. Keep watching. I hope you enjoy this video. Alrighty, so we got a couple of the last pieces to the puzzle here for our trip down to B&B. Yep. We got our clutches back from Martinbilt. They came back within like a week. Martinbilt does a great job. He's fast, efficient, good price, and great clutches. So yeah, we got them back from Martinbilt. These things are ready to rip. We also got the engines. So we have a Todd Miller clone and a Ducar. I'm going to run a couple of different classes. I'm going to run obviously a clone class and then the Ducar class because if I'm going that far, I'm going to try and run as much as I can. But these are not mine. These came from Larry McRoberts of Larry McRoberts Racing. His logo is going to be down in the bottom corner of this video and the race day video because he basically sponsored this trip with the 2 engines. He also got 2 of these sets of tires. I bought 2 sets and he bought 2 sets. So huge thanks to Larry. He didn't have to do this. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know why he did it, but I'm not going to question it because it's awesome and I appreciate it. So 2 sets of tires and 2 engines from Larry McRoberts Racing. So we are set to go. Yeah, big thanks to Larry. Super appreciated it. I'm really excited for this trip and I hope we run good. I've got the tires, I got the power plants, so I just got to have the skill. But as you all know, that's where I'm lacking, is in the skill. I am a mediocre racer at best. But moving on, we got the body mounted on the cart. It's looking really good. This is our new look for the year. As I said, this is our official start to the 2025 season. So drum roll, please. Here is the big unveil of the new look for this season. All right, here it is. We went a little different this year with the blue body. I've pretty much only ever had black and gray bodies. I've had a blue body one other time, and I don't even know if we ran it for a full season, but here it is. Obviously, the wrap is done by Overdrive Designs, which is Kirk, so this was printed in my spare bedroom, and she did a really good job. Got my new logo here, got the old Bandit there, the tried and true that I've had from when I started. CSR, Chris Simon Racing, number, all that good stuff, but it's looking good. So the idea for this was taken off of the Tarleton 21 Sprint car. If any of you are sprint car fans or follow sprint cars, you know how good that car looks. It's always blacked out and super dark. If anything, they'll have like I did here with the outline of the orange, they'll have like an outline of a different color or whatever. So last year it was all black with like a blue outline, and that's what I wanted. I wanted something that was just very dark, you know, lots of black, lots of grays and stuff like that with just an outline. So that's what we went with. I'm a huge sprint car fan, and I always like blacked out cars. My Mustang is black. The truck is black. Our trailer has black accents. I've always had black carts. I'm just a big fan of the all black. Now, we have this blue body from last year, so we figured we'd put it on there to make it a little different, a little contrast, but overall, it's exactly what I wanted with the black and gray tones with just the outline of an orange. So it looks really good. I think Kirk knocked her out of the park. The only things we need to put on there is I'm going to put a McRoberts Racing logo somewhere on here, because Larry's helped out a ton with this weekend, and he let me run his Predator at Liberty and stuff. So Larry's going to get his logo on here. But yeah, this is it. This is the big unveil of the new look. I think it looks really good. It's not entirely what I wanted just because the body is blue, but I think these graphics with the orange on the blue body looks really, really good. I'm a big fan of how this turned out. Now, something that I didn't think through, and I didn't notice this until it was all mounted on here, and I went to go take a picture, is the body's blue, the chassis is blue, and the gas tank's blue. So we got a whole hell of a lot of blue going on here, and I unfortunately did not notice that until I was all done and went to go take a picture. But that's it. That's the big unveil. Cart's looking good. I'm gonna get the engines and stuff on here, and then we're gonna get this bad boy scaled out, and we're ready to go for B&B. All right, we are as ready as we're gonna be. Both carts are scaled out. Tires are measured. We're gonna have to measure them a million more times because that's just what you do. You gotta keep measuring them. They always change. But overall, I'd say we're ready to go for our big trip down to North Carolina to B&B Kartway. Pretty excited about this. Big thanks to Larry McRoberts Racing. Both engines are his, and 2 sets of these tires came from him. So I'm hoping we got a really good shot. I can have a good run for him and make sure his stuff looks good, I guess. Expectations are kind of low. Brand new track. Never been there. I've never ran on Reapers before, so it's all kind of a new experience. But I feel like we've got good stuff. Got good power plants, got good engines, got good carts. So hopefully we can have an all right showing and do a good job. So big thanks to Larry. Like I said, both engines are his. He bought 2 sets of tires, so I think we're good to go. Big thanks to Kirk. She's helped out a ton. Originally, she was supposed to be flying out and going down there for work, and she's not anymore, so she's going to be able to tag along for the whole process. Not sure how excited she is actually about that, but Kirk doesn't have to leave, so I get my help. Yeah, I guess that's it. This was the getting ready video. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a preseason prep / getting ready for B&B, and the next video will be the race day. So stay tuned for race day at B&B. I hope you all enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, so thanks for watching.